पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
The family in our culture is the most cherished institution and is a collective. It brings us together, it binds us together. And the role of the family cannot be wished away when it comes to nurturing the age-old values and imbibing those values into the work culture wherever we work, and then see it grow. We may not be blood sisters, we may not be blood brothers, but we have a common dream. Dream to see India grow. Dream to see a powerful India. Dream to see an empowered India. And dream to see an inclusive India. And that's a dream which we all share at SKOCH platform. And by that very virtue, you've become the part of SKOCH Parivar. So welcome to SKOCH Parivar and SKOCH Awards. SKOCH Awards, instituted in 2003, brings everyone together on the same platform. Our yardstick is one and alone: outcome. Whatever we did, how is it that's been received at the bottom of the pyramid? Because the last person in the queue is a citizen. And that is something which is what we have been doing for last 20 years plus, year on year, painstakingly, looking at various interventions at the grassroots. And that is something which distinguishes us from each and every other single platform that there is. So we are going to be having a fun-filled day, a celebration of all of you together. It's a day of celebration of your successes, all of you, which we call the beacons of hope, without whose active involvement, interventions, and the leadership provided to everything that you did, we would not have reached where we are today. If we look back year on year, India is not the same as it was even 5 years ago. And particularly, there would be a remarkable difference that you would have seen and experienced since the time you got into it. So welcome you all once again to the day. And with this, I invite Mr. Samir Kochhar, author of Modinomics, reforms historian, founder and chairman of SKOCH. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause.
नमस्कार। बहुत गरीबी के बचपन से चल के आत्मनिर्भरता के बुढ़ापे तक पहुँचते पहुँचते काफ़ी उम्र हो गई है मेरी। काफ़ी चीज़ें याद नहीं रहती हैं। मुझे आज रियलाइज़ किया, एक सज्जन हैं, रजत हैं यहाँ पे हमारे, जो हमारा सर्विस वगैरह देखते हैं यहाँ पे, तो इनको 9 बजे आना था, ये 10:40 पे आए। तो मैंने इनको बोला, रजत आज तो तुमने लेट हो गया, 19 तारीख को हमारा बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन है, 19 तारीख को लेट मत होना। तो कहते सर 19 तारीख तो आज है। तो चलिए, समय का तकाजा है, सभी का आएगा। बट जैसे गुरुशरण ने बताया, स्कॉच परिवार, you know, I am a transition generation. We are the people who have grown from socialism, closed economy to an open economy. We have stood in ration lines, we've stood in telephone lines, we've stood in line to buy kerosene, we have stood in line for DTC bus, and we've also stood in line to buy buttermilk ghee which used to be imported from America. वहाँ पे गायों भैंसों को खिलाते थे, यहाँ पे वो इंडियंस को भेजते थे. बहुत गुर्बत का ज़माना था, लोगों के लिए भी था और देश के लिए भी था. Come 1991 reforms, that story has changed today. Since 1991, it has been one big reform continuum. Since 2014, so earlier on, you know, from 91 to 2014, so to say, there were a lot of economic reforms that took place, a lot of financial reforms took place, but there were no administrative reforms that took place, so to say. So the administrative reform, which was the third and the most crucial part of this equation, have been getting a new fillip under the new Modi governments in 2014, whether it is direct benefit transfer, shortening the chain of linkages, creating public IT infrastructure. And you know, we are well on our way to become a higher middle income country by 2047, which is 100 years of independence. And for that, taking note and learning from all your successes is extremely important. Now, government unfortunately has got no institutional memory. कोई याददाश्त नहीं होती सरकार की. जैसे सरकार बदलती है, अफसर बदलते हैं, कुर्सी बदलती है, तो पिछला अफसर क्या करके गया है, क्या प्रोजेक्ट था, उसमें क्या दिक्कतें आई, क्या सीखा, क्या चला, क्या नहीं चला, ये सब भूल जाता है, उसके साथ ही चला जाता है. तो वी आर द ओनली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इन द कंट्री परहैप्स हु हैव बीन डूइंग दिस डॉक्यूमेंटेशन फॉर ऑलमोस्ट 25 ईयर्स नाउ. हम लिख रहे हैं, ढूंढ रहे हैं, हर कुछ को डॉक्यूमेंट कर रहे हैं कि कितना भी छोटा सा एफर्ट हो कहीं पे हो, और ये सारे हीरे हम ढूंढ ढूंढ के लेके आते हैं. बहुत ही नाशुक्री नौकरी होती है एक ब्यूरोक्रेट की. एक तरफ से पॉलिटिशियंस का दबाव, दूसरी तरफ से जनता का दबाव, और उसके अंदर आपको परफॉर्म भी करना है, ऊपर से सीवीसी भी बैठे हुए हैं, आपको काम करके भी दिखाना है, टेंडर के अनाउंस भी करना है. तो इतनी सारी मुसीबतों के बावजूद अगर आप परफॉर्म कर लेते हैं और आपका प्रोजेक्ट स्कॉच में क्वालिफाई कर जाता है, आपको सबको पता होगा सबसे टेढ़ी प्रोसेस जो है किसी भी अवार्ड की स्कॉच की है, 4 महीने लगते हैं. मतलब लिखते लिखते हाथ दुख जाते हैं, इंटरव्यू देते देते शायद ज़बान थक जाती होगी, इतनी इसकी एग्जामिनेशन होती है. उसके बाद जाके ये पूरे देश के हीरे हम इकट्ठे करके लेके आते हैं. तो स्वागत है आप सबका. एक बड़ी ज़ोर की तालियां आप सबके लिए जो आज यहाँ आज उठ के आए हैं. हमारे साथ आज डॉक्टर अमरजीत सिन्हा हैं, बहुत ही डिस्टिंग्विश ब्यूरोक्रेट है, रूरल डेवलपमेंट के सेक्रेटरी रहे हैं, और इनसे मेरा बड़ा नज़दीक का नाता है. नज़दीक का नाता जो है वो गरीबी का नाता है. हमारा दोनों का एक ही मिशन है, गरीबी हटाओ. ये भी चाहते हैं, मेरा मिशन मैं बोलता हूँ डिफीटिंग पॉवर्टी, ये बोलते हैं गरीबी हटाओ. और अपना अपना काम जो पूरा आप करियर देख लीजिए, उससे वहाँ से चले आ रहे हैं. हमारे मेंटोर भी हैं, हमारे गाइड भी हैं. सो व्हाट वी डू इज़ हैविंग लुक्ड एट ऑल योर केस स्टडीज़ कि आपने क्या किया, क्या नहीं किया. ये इन्फॉर्मेशन, ये सूचना जो है ना तो स्टेट सरकार के पास होती है, ना केंद्रीय सरकार के पास होती है. तो हमारा काम ये होता है कि उसकी वी मेक अ नाइस रिपोर्ट और अ बुक और अ पुस्तक, एंड वी गिव सम इम्प्लीमेंटेबल सजेशंस ऑन पॉलिसी कि आप ऐसा करें तो शायद बेहतर रहेगा. तो इसके अंदर काफ़ी हमारा, चाहे वो जनधन योजना हो या उससे पहले स्वाभिमान योजना हो, प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना हो, आयुष्मान भारत योजना हो, जितनी भी योजनाएं हैं, थोड़ा बहुत पॉलिसी का दखल उसमें हमारा सब में रहा है. इसमें मैं 18 पुस्तकें लिख चुका हूँ, और हर जो मैंने पॉलिसी बताई किसी ना किसी पुस्तक के अंदर से थोड़ा सा योगदान उस पॉलिसी में रहा है. और ये तो मतलब शुक्रगुजार हूँ टू पीपल लाइक डॉक्टर अमरजीत सिन्हा, जो कि पेशेंटली हमें सुन भी लेते हैं, हमारा पढ़ भी लेते हैं, और शायद कुछ उसमें से इम्प्लीमेंटेबल लगे तो उसको इम्प्लीमेंट भी कर देते हैं. तो अब इतने साल के बाद जो इस वक्त 2047 इंडिया का ड्रीम है, उसमें सबसे बड़ी समस्या ये है कि जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बोला कि इंडिया विल हैव टू बिकम अपर मिडिल इनकम कंट्री, तो जिसके लिए जो है 40 ट्रिलियन के करीब इकॉनमी चाहिए. तो वो अडानी जी भी बोलते हैं हो जाएगी, अंबानी जी भी बोल जाते हैं हो जाएगी. तो मुझे ये लगता है कि ऐसा ना हो कि लॉ ऑफ एवरेजेस हो जाए, कि जैसे आपकी इनकम 1 लाख, मेरी 1000, तो उसका आप एवरेज ले लिए तो 50,000 5500 तो सारे ही अमीर हैं. तो ये ना हो, तो वो हाई मिडिल इनकम कंट्री को इक्विटेबल होना भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. इट मस्ट बी स्पेशली डिस्पर्स्ड, जॉब जनरेटिव एंड इक्विटेबल growth. And I think everybody's intention is just that. And the enormous amount of reform that has taken place, the plumbing that has been put in place, and I'm sure a lot of that has been with the help of civil servants, and Dr. Amarjit Sinha will share more of that. I'll briefly share with you a presentation, just 3 slides. जो हमारा ग्रुप है, स्कॉच ग्रुप, हमारा मोटिव है ग्रोथ, लाइवलीहुड एंड इक्विटी। ये आज से नहीं है, 1997 में जब स्कॉच शुरू हुआ था तब से ये गुरु मंत्र हमने मान लिया कि हमें ग्रोथ चाहिए, लाइवलीहुड और इक्विटी चाहिए। तो हमारा एक नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट है, एक हमारा मीडिया कंपनी है, एक हमारा फॉर प्रॉफिट है। बट जो फॉर प्रॉफिट है हमारा इज़ नॉट फॉर प्रॉफिट मैक्सिमाइजेशन, खून पीने के लिए नहीं है। हम उतना ही कमाते हैं जिसमें हमारा खर्चा चल जाए और ये सब हम कर पाएँ। तो आप बैलेंस शीट देखेंगे हमारी तो रो देंगे कि ये करते क्यों हैं ये। बट एनीवे, कई लोगों को सनक होती है, तो हमें भी है, हम करते हैं ये। तो अब जो रेजिडुअल प्रॉब्लम रह गई है 2047 के लिए, फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन की जो बात हुई थी, काफ़ी पहले से हो रही है, 2004 से ये बातचीत हो रही है। 2008 में एक कमेटी आई थी, रंगाराजन कमेटी, जहां उन्होंने बताया था कि फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन या वित्तीय समावेश, या जो प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं सबका साथ सबका विकास, उसका मूल मंत्र जो है गरीबी हटाना है। कि अगर गरीबी नहीं हटेगी तो समावेश कैसे होगा, अगर रोटी नहीं है तो समावेश कैसे होगा। तो उसको हम दोबारा एग्जामिन कर रहे हैं कि कितनी हमने जर्नी कर ली है और अब आगे क्या करना है। इसके लिए हमने जो टास्क फोर्स बनाई है, दैट इज़ आर्टिकुलेटिंग क्रेडिट गैप्स इन बोथ कंजम्पशन एज वेल एज लाइवलीहुड लिंक क्रेडिट, articulate financial literacy gaps, leveraging digital infrastructure to fulfill these gaps, identify innovative solutions for making available credit from within and outside the banking system, and suggest how digital lending and technology can create universal access to credit. ये सब हमारे वेबसाइट पे अवेलेबल है, तो मैं नहीं बोलूँगा। बट जितने जाने माने दिमाग हैं देश के, चाहे यूके सिन्हा जो फॉर्मर चेयरमैन सेबी के थे, चाहे एस मुंद्रा जी हों जो डिप्टी गवर्नर आरबीआई के थे, अमरजीत सिन्हा साहब जो कि रूरल डेवलपमेंट सेक्रेटरी रहे, सिराज हुसैन साहब जो कि एग्रीकल्चर सेक्रेटरी रहे, इतने अच्छे दिमाग जिनके दिल में गरीबों के लिए दर्द है, उनको हमने इकट्ठा किया। हमने कहा हमें सिर्फ इकोनॉमिस्ट नहीं चाहिए, हमें वो लोग चाहिए जिन्होंने शायद गरीबी देखी हो, और वो लोग आके ये फाइनेंशियल इंक्लूजन टास्क फोर्स में बताएंगे अब हमें आगे क्या करना है। और ये रिपोर्ट जो है हमें उम्मीद है कि फरवरी या मार्च अगले साल तक पूर्ण हो जाएगी और उसमें काफ़ी फार रीचिंग रिकमेंडेशंस निकलेंगी, एंड दिस विल प्ले अ गुड वे। द सेकंड इज CIO एजेंडा टास्क फोर्स। 2 पहलू होते हैं, एक सरकार एक प्राइवेट सेक्टर, और मेरे को ये गर्व है कहते हुए कि सरकार मेरे हिसाब से शायद प्राइवेट सेक्टर से ज़्यादा एडवांस्ड है, क्योंकि जो पॉपुलेशन स्केल आपने काम कर दिया, जितने लोगों तक आप पहुँच गए, उतनी रीच प्राइवेट सेक्टर की नहीं है। तो अगर आप जैसे कोई कंज्यूमर प्रोडक्ट कंपनी, सर्फ वाली कंपनी देख लो, निरमा वाली कंपनी देख लो, कोई दवा वाली कंपनी देख लो, अगर उनको डायरेक्ट कंज्यूमर तक जाना है तो कंज्यूमर तक तो सिर्फ सरकार ही पहुँची है। तो उनके IT सिस्टम शायद डीलर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर तक रह गए, सीमित रह गए हैं। तो उसको अगर उस स्केल पे लेके जाना है तो शायद उनको सरकार से बहुत कुछ सीखना पड़ेगा, और जो आपने काम किया है उसको लीवरेज करके आगे चलाना पड़ेगा। तो ये दूसरी हमारी टास्क फोर्स है, वो ये देख रही है कि प्राइवेट सेक्टर आपके काम से कैसे एडवांस हो सके। और ये सब चीज़ें जो हैं, एक मैं पुस्तक एडिट कर रहा हूँ, इंडिया 2047 हाई इनकम विद इक्विटी, जिसकी मैंने बात करी, और बहुत जाने माने लोग इसमें एक एक चैप्टर लिख रहे हैं। अमरजीत सिन्हा साहब ने भी लिखा है, प्रधानमंत्री के वित्तीय सलाहकार समिति के चेयरमैन हैं विवेक देवरा, उन्होंने भी लिखा है, रंगाराजन साहब जिनकी कमेटी थी उन्होंने भी लिखा है। तो मुझे ये लगता है कि इसका निष्कर्ष सबके लिए बहुत अच्छा रहेगा। मेरी तरफ से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं टुवर्ड्स इंडिया 2047 टू ऑल ऑफ यू।
May I now request Dr. Amarjit Sinha to kindly join us on stage and address our participants. Mr. Kochhar has already introduced him. He was the advisor to the Prime Minister and now member of Public Enterprises Services Board. Dr. Sinha.
Well, Samir Kochhar is introducing, we haven't formally welcomed
Stage. Stage.
कश्मीर का हाथ का पानी अवार्ड विनिंग बुनकर हैं, उनसे लाए हैं हम सब।
A very good morning, dear friends. I compliment each one of the award winners today for the micro level at which you are making a difference. The challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis to create what is a dream for everyone, an India for all, an inclusive India, an India where every citizen of the country gets opportunities to develop their fullest human potential. Friends, it's a long, long struggle. Everyone in their own ways is trying to make a difference. Some get more of an opportunity, and many of you sitting here have made a difference wherever you are. What I'll try and do is to share with you some of the transformations which are currently perceptible, and I will do so on the basis of external validations of what the map tells about the territory, or what the territory tells about the map. Friends, there are many economists who've been writing about how India is doing, and while looking at whatever they have to say, and especially in the context of multidimensional poverty, many comments have been made. But one of the finest perceptible pieces that I happened to read on what the transformation is came from a development economist, Sudipto Mandal, in a small short article in the Mint newspaper just a few days back, where what he had to say actually is worth reading. He called it the villages at the periphery and the changing take on tale of backwardness. Dr. Sudipto Mandal went back to villages in Palamu district of Jharkhand, the back of beyond, which he had visited in 1977 to 79 to see how it was doing now. And to his pleasant surprise, he found large confirmation of change at the local level. If I read from what he had to write, the first thing I noted is a complete transformation of the physical infrastructure thanks to the implementation of numerous government programs over several decades. 45 years ago, the access roads to these villages were either kacha or full of potholes, sometimes washed away by the monsoons. Now all the villages are connected to highways by excellent metal roads. Inside the villages, mud tracks have largely been replaced by concrete lanes. Most of the mud and thatch huts have also been replaced by houses with brick walls and tile roofs. 45 years ago, none of these villages had electricity. Now all homes have power connections, though with limited supply. All households also have at least one cell phone. These remote villages are now as connected with the world as we are in the cities, and this has wrought a sea change in their awareness and attitudes. Sudipta Mandal goes on to say, every village now has a primary school, barring one where there are too few children. Secondary and intermediate schools covering up to class 12th are also available within commuting distance. Virtually all children now attend school, and remarkably, the number of girls exceed the number of boys at all levels. The high level of school enrollment is extremely empowering, especially for girls, but we had no way of assessing learning outcomes. Another important recent development empowering women is the spread of women's self-help credit groups, the SHGs of the Livelihood Mission. Money lenders continue to dominate the informal credit market, but these SHGs have moderated the incidence of usurious interest rates apart from empowering women. Clearly, it's a long agenda, but all that he's trying to say that even in the most remote parts of the country, there is a perceptible change in many ways, not only in the physical infrastructure, but otherwise as well. Friends, an India for all, inclusive India that all of us talk about, requires a shared growth, requires building businesses and micro enterprises from below, require a women-led growth, requires a collectives of women holding systems accountable for the delivery of services and opportunities as per requirements. It is in that context that in India, just as we find that 1991 marks a watershed as far as rates of growth of the economy is concerned, post-liberalization, 2005-06 onwards, when we look at the social development indicators, while we still have a very, very long way to go, there are some positive trends which have started showing up. Whether it is to do with life expectancy, whether it is to do with the decline of maternal mortality ratio below 100, we are at 97 now. I still recall when we started the National Rural Health Mission in 2005, and when at the turn of the century we had a MMR of 401, and when in one of the gatherings I had mentioned about the possibility of India achieving its SDG, there were people who actually laughed. Is it ever going to be possible? Will India have less than 100 MMR? It may well have even below that. Similarly, on infant mortality rate, on replacement levels of fertility, a 2.2, 2.1 total fertility rate is not something that was envisaged. And this is where the real lesson for all of us, if you look at Inclusive India's journey, there are 3 or 4 lessons which it throws up. These were the subject matter of my forthcoming book, which is out in end January by the Rutledge Publishers, which is about the last mile, turning public policy upside down. And the 4 hypotheses that it confirms in the course of the study. The first and foremost is that there's no running away from decentralization. What Kerala demonstrated is a success not merely of elected local governments, but also of an accountable elected arrangement, where community organizations, neighborhood household groups, Kudumsri women's collectives have had a role in holding the public system, the local government accountable. The second lesson is with regard to why is it that in southern India, levels of poverty are much lower than in other parts of the country. 6 factors seem to make a difference. When adolescent girls participate in high school, higher secondary school, and higher education on a large scale, it leads to decline in fertility. So participation in higher education, decline in fertility, and when adolescent girls go out of their homes to colleges and in universities, that for the first time creates a new identity, not as somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, somebody's sister, but a woman unto her own. And that's what gives rise to the collectives of women or the self-help groups. Since they have had access to high school and higher education, skills and vocational education opportunities are open to them, and Tamil Nadu in particular and Andhra to a lesser extent have demonstrated the powers of decentralized provision for technical and vocational education for large communities. To these 4, if you add better public health services, which is the case in many of these states, and last but not the least, something that Dr. C. Rangarajan did 30 years ago, availability of credit up to rupees 10 lakhs to women SHGs without any collaterals. If these 6 factors go together, participation in high schools and higher education by adolescent girls, decline in fertility, formation of SHGs, access to skill and vocational courses, improved public health services, and access to credit. These 6 together translate into a much faster rate of decline of poverty. I had the opportunity to visit about 143 gram panchayats outside the southern states, which have done these 6 things, and I can tell you those panchayats report the same levels of well-being than any of these districts in southern India, clearly establishing that what we need to do is to expand the collectives of women across the country to hold local governments more accountable. Friends, clearly in the Inclusive India agenda, if there's one major difference today from say 10 years ago, and that difference is these collectives of women holding communities and elected governments responsible for the services that they have to provide. The best example of this is to do with the pro-poor public welfare programs highlighted by the present government. I had the opportunity to coordinate that work under the Gram Swaraj Abhiyan, where we tried to reach 7 services to each and every eligible person in the most deprived large villages of this country, about 63,974 villages, provision for gas connection, electricity connection, bank account, accident insurance, life insurance, immunization. All these services, LED bulbs, right down to every eligible household in 63,974 villages, which had more than 50% population comprising of scheduled caste and scheduled tribe households. Clearly, this is possible with a whole of government, whole of society approach, where irrespective of the local government, the state government, the central government, civil society, everyone comes together for the fulfillment of those objectives. That is the approach that we need today with regard to education, health, nutrition, skills, and livelihoods, with local governments, with community organizations, with women's collectives at the local level, driving the agenda for reform, building businesses from below, ensuring a larger access to credit for those who need it most, and addressing regional and social disparities through a proper identification of households who are deprived, and through a proper system of leaving no one behind, so that many of these benefits and facilities accrue to every citizen of this country, to give them an opportunity to develop their fullest human potential. With these words, I again commend and compliment each one of you for the work that you have done, and to SKOCH for having had taken the effort to identify these efforts in remote parts of the country on what makes a difference, because ultimately it is these micro success stories which provide learnings to develop policies, to design programs, and to allow for that local action which can bring about significant change. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. Those of us who have studied pre-1991 and have experienced post-1991 will be able to appreciate it. But those who have experienced both before and after will be able to relate with it. As to from where we come from and where we stand today, it's been a remarkable difference, and it's been a watershed. India has come a long way. But yes, to those who want to feel happy and satisfied, the glass is half full. For those who are ambitious, the glass is half empty. That means to say the road is yet to be traveled, and the road is long enough. But inspiration drawn from all those 6 success factors, which is what Dr. Sinha talked about, is extremely important. And that is something which is going to hit the poverty right at its roots. So, well, thank you very much for speaking with us. All of you, in the course of the process, interacting with us for SKOCH Award, have spent nearly 5 to 6 months. It's a rigorous process, it's a long process, and it's an involved process. At no given point in time, we lose touch with you. And that is something which distinguishes us, as I said again, from the other awards. An independent jury is constituted of domain experts, those who have had pre-1991 exposure and a post-1991 experience. And having gone through not only the design, formulation, and the policy, but also the implementation of such successes to a great extent, influencing it, giving it their leadership, have been part of the SKOCH jury. And I think you have interacted with all of them in the last 3-4 years, but virtually. It's time to acknowledge their contribution as well. It's time to facilitate them. May I request Mr. Kochhar kindly please come on stage. And I would like to invite our first juror, Dr. V.N. Alok, a distinguished fellow with SKOCH Development Foundation and a professor at Indian Institute of Public Administration. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a big round of applause because they are the ones who have been making all the recommendations for you to move from point A to point B. Dr. Alok. Mr. U.K. Sharma, who is Senior Fellow with SKOCH Development Foundation and former advisor, Niti Aayog. I now invite Mr. Madan Mohan, Senior Fellow, SKOCH Development Foundation, and former CGM NABARD and CEO NABARD Consulting. Dr. Nirmal Bansal, Senior Fellow, SKOCH Development Foundation and former banker. Mr. Subodh Shukla, Senior Fellow, SKOCH Development Foundation and former Deputy Director General, National Informatics Center, Government of India. Mr. Shashi Sharma, Senior Fellow, SKOCH Development Foundation and former banker. Dr. Rajneesh Kataria, former banker, former director and CEO, NIPSCOM. Dr. Kataria. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the announcement of Scotch Awards. And may I request Mr. Kosher, he's already there on the stage, and request Dr. Amarjit Sinha to kindly join us to give away the awards to the recipients. Dr. Sinha. In the category agriculture,
Gurcharan is in a hurry to read the citations. I think it is very important. What is this award? This award finally is the picture that you're going to take back home and show to your children and hang on your wall. So we want it to be picture perfect. So a couple of housekeeping things. Where you stand is decided. If there are more than one person coming, the person who's accepting the award stands here, and the other kind of bunch up together. Bunch up close, नहीं तो फोटो में नहीं आएगा. अगर बहुत साइड पे हो गए तो छपेगा नहीं अखबार में, फिर ना बोलिएगा कि हम इतनी दूर दिल्ली गए थे रह गया. So with that, the other thing I also want to tell you is what Gurcharan said but was not very apparent. Just look at a jury. हम लोग ने अपने 15 साल से jury नहीं बदली है. These are the people who have done evaluation of thousands and thousands of projects, and they've done that having done such projects themselves across the country. So I think again a big round of applause for all of you कि आप इतनी heavy scrutiny से निकले हैं, तो enforcement directorate क्या करता होगा जो इन्होंने किया. Now you can start, Gurcharan.
all right, thank you. So in agriculture, the silver award goes to Acharya N.G. Ranga Agricultural University for Agricultural Research and Education, Andhra Pradesh. Dr. L. Prasanthi, Director Research.
मुश्किल काम है पर ताली तो बनती है. और आज आप बजा बजा के थक जाएंगे क्योंकि 40 अवार्ड हैं. आप जितने जोश से प्रोजेक्ट करके आए हैं उतनी जोश से ताली बजाएं.
Good morning all. I really feel so proud to receive this SKOCH Parivar Award. I thank Samir sir for recognizing our institute, Acharya N.G. Ranga Agriculture University, for this prestigious award. Once again, we are recognized for our hard work and sincerity. Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure. How was your evaluation experience?
Very tough, sir. Very tough. Very, very, very nice. And we are very proud for that also.
Congratulations again, please. They will take away your award. Don't think they are taking it back. They will pack it nicely so it doesn't break, and on your way out you can collect it. We are organized.
The next silver goes to Agricultural Department, Government of Maharashtra for Mahaparvana, Mr. Sunil Chauhan, Commissioner.
Sunil ji, tell us briefly about your project. What have you done?
Good morning everyone. 20,000 crore business in Maharashtra dealing with seed fertilizer pesticides, and the number of entries there are more than 2 lakh, where the seed fertilizer pesticide segments and their molecules has been transferred from the companies to the farmers and making available to them on the online platform through e-Parvana, made the very easily and transferable to everyone. So farmers from the Maharashtra has given the good impetus, and now the one success story I want to just share here. In 1991 when I joined services, 2 lakh hectare area was under soybean, and this year Maharashtra has crossed more than 50 lakh hectare area. That's very tremendous change, and this system is going to help lot to everyone. There is 1,000 crore saving is all the time happening everywhere. Thank you very much. Good day.
God bless. Very good work.
Next silver Telangana State Agro Industries Development Corporation Limited for Agro Raitu Seva Kendras, Mr. K. Ramulu, Vice Chairman and Managing Director.
Briefly.
These Agro Raitu Seva Kendras were established to provide employment opportunities for rural graduated youth. Within a year, we have established 1,050 centers across the Telangana state, and we have also provided them 20 crores bank loans within a year to self-sustain themselves. So that nearly 50,000 people are getting through these Agro Raitu Seva Kendras employment opportunities across the Telangana. Thank you so much.
So any state which is interested in replicating it can contact them.
Gold goes to Department of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Government of Haryana for Soil Health Card, Dr. Sumita Mishra, Additional Chief Secretary.
To tell us briefly about your project.
Last year we launched a very ambitious program called Har Khet Swasth Khet, and under that we drew up a 3-year action plan to test every acre of cultivable land in Haryana. We upgraded our infrastructure, our testing facilities with almost 100 new labs. We involved villagers as Krishi Sahayaks for actual sampling, as well as college and plus 2 students. And I'm very happy to report that we did manage to achieve about 28 lakh soil samples in year 1, and they're available in perpetuity on an online portal where we provide advisory services based on the soil testing report.
Thank you very much and congratulations again. Yeah, good.
The next category, cooperation, silver, goes to Kashmir Mercantile Cooperative Bank Limited, Camco. For digitalization, Ms. Yasha Mudgal, Secretary, Cooperatives.
आप बताएंगे अपने project?
Kashmir Mercantile Cooperative Bank started its operations in 1987. We had only one peaceful year at its disposal to grow. In 1989, the situation took an ugly turn in Jammu and Kashmir. The other big players moved out and they have to safer players in the banking sector. But we stayed, though we were just a year and a half old bank. Today, it's a very small bank, but we have all delivery channels available to our customers at a very cheap rate, so we don't charge anything in terms of charges, etc. We provide all banking facilities to our customers, mobile banking, UPI, ATMs, and all other things to our members, absolutely free of cost. So it's because of the hand-holding that we have received from the J&K Cooperative Department and the love that we have received from our members, our account holders. And we thank SKOCH Group for recognizing our effort and giving us an opportunity to showcase our ability and showcase our achievements. Thank you very much, SKOCH, and thank you very much to J&K Cooperative Department also.
Thank you so much. Some additional information I would like to give. This is something very unique which has happened to our award for the first time. You all are aware that we have an online voting process, right? Where your people, beneficiaries, people who have benefited from your work come online and vote for you. So Mrs. Mudgal is a very good singer. So she went on FM and local television channels and she sang to her customers and said, go and vote for SKOCH Award for us. No one has ever done that.
In culture and tourism, the silver goes to Amritsar Culture and Tourism Development Authority for Golden Temple Plaza. Ms. Madhumita, OSD.
Tell us about your project. I believe, I haven't seen the place, but I believe it rivals Vatican now. It's so beautiful.
Amritsar has always been very significant for Punjab from the culture and tourism perspective, and a lot of development has happened. We've had, it's an old city, so there are a lot of challenges around that, but we've tried to, have a lot of facilities for tourists and locals as well. So we hope that, we will be getting more and more people to come and visit. Yeah.
In district governance, silver for Zilla Panchayat Kopul, Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Department, Government of Karnataka, Integrated School Development Works, Ms. B. Fawzia Tarannum, Chief Executive Officer.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity and for this recognition. We have been able to develop more than 450 schools in the district of Koppal, which is a mid-sized district in the backward belt of Karnataka. We have been able to set up compound walls, toilets, dining halls that are high-tech. You have poor rural kids going to government schools, being able to avail of all these facilities and dream of a better future. It has been fulfilling in itself, but to be recognized for it is absolutely wonderful. Thank you.
District Rural Development Agency, Chittoor, Andhra Pradesh, Mahila Navodyam, Ms. DMK Tulsi, Project Director, Silver.
So do tell us about your project.
Good morning to all. Thank you for SKOCH Parivar recognizing the Mahila Navodaya, totally run by the SHG women. Nearly 300 SHG women, they only run the magazine, monthly magazine, and also directly or indirectly it is employment generation for them. Up to now 50,000 every month rotation of the magazine is there. We are trying to improve it. Our CEO sir is also came. Thank you for giving this opportunity, and thank you once again for recognizing the SKOCH Parivar, the SHG women run Navodaya. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving.
Such a pleasure. And for those of you who are not from publishing business, 50,000 a month print run for an SHG run magazine is fantastic. Just to give you an idea, one of those pink papers that we have, national circulation in English, would be about 80,000 to a lakh.
Next silver for District Rural Development Agency, DRDA, Nellore, Andhra Pradesh for backyard poultry. Mr. KV Sambasiva Reddy, Project Director.
Do tell us about your project.
Good morning to all. First, I thank Samir sir for recognizing small livelihood activity, which is giving additional income to the rural SHG women. Though it is a small intervention, but results in a bigger difference. Actually, we have distributed small backyard poultry units to the rural SHG women. They have added nearly 10 to 15,000 rupees per month to their regular income. Thank you, and I personally thank our CEO sir for giving great encouragement and inspiration. So thank you sir, once again I thank all. Thank you very much.
District Administration, Raigad. Mission Pran Vayu, Mr. Nitesh Kumar, Deputy SP, CBI, New Delhi, Gold. In ease of doing business, the gold goes to Industries and Commerce Department, Government of Telangana for TSI Pass. Mr. K. Madhukar Babu, Joint Director.
At the outset, thank you very much, sir. And I would also like to thank Dr. Amarjit Sinha, sir, with whom I had the privilege of working with in my earlier assignment. Now coming to the project, TSI Pass, Telangana State Industries Project Approval and Self-Certification System. Now the system, when Telangana was formed, we thought we'll bring in the best industrial policy available in India, and we studied all the industrial policies and came up with an act wherein approvals are given within 15 days, and if they are delayed beyond 15 days, it is a deemed approval. And all certifications can be self-certified. There was no need, no necessity for going for government approved certificates. Now, this was the system. We brought in an act. Now how do we operationalize this? So we put IT solution, end-to-end IT solution with minimal of human interface, and it was a huge success, and it still is a very, very big success. The outcome of this initiative is we have been able to give 21,000 approvals for industries across Telangana with an investment of 1.75 lakh crores and creating an employment of 17.5 lakh people. And this is the achievement of TSI Pass. And here I would like to mention about you, sir, if allowed, sir. I remember this was the approach we had in rural development for employment generation mission when Amarjit Sinha sir was Secretary Rural Development. And I'd like to thank you, sir. You have been an inspiration and will always continue to be an inspiration, sir. Thank you.
The next gold in ease of doing business goes to Department of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises, Government of Madhya Pradesh, MSME transformation through fostering clustered development. Mr. P. Narahari, Secretary and Industries Commissioner.
Honorable Prime Minister's vision of making India a $5 trillion US dollar economy can be realized only if MSME is given the most important place that it deserves to be. Atmanirbhar Bharat, taking a cue from that, our Chief Minister started Atmanirbhar Madhya Pradesh, and MSME, cluster-based MSME approach is what we have actually done in last about 1.5 years. We have been able to develop about 45 clusters, and most of these clusters are in toys, making of toys, furnitures, textiles, garments, pharmaceuticals, and multi-product. And another 55 clusters are in the making, sir. So in about 1.5 years, we have been able to, through private participation, and mostly it's an SPV based, a special purpose vehicle, mostly run by individuals who have an interest in creating small industries. They come together and form a Section 8 company, and then through them, we bring in players who will be part of those clusters, and units are given to those people who can run those clusters. This has been a huge success in Madhya Pradesh, and by June 2023, we intend to build about 100 MSME clusters in Madhya Pradesh. Thank you so much, SKOCH, for giving this award for this wonderful initiative. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
In e-governance, silver goes to Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan, for project Raj Kaj, Mr. Sunil Chabra, Technical Director and Joint Secretary.
Application is an IT application of Government of Rajasthan. Essentially, it has modules of, it's an e-file module, it has leave module, PAR modules. So the series of modules help us automate the entire functioning of the government, and I'm happy to share that very soon the entire secretariat in December itself is going to be paperless in Rajasthan. So it's a big achievement. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Jammu and Kashmir E-Governance Agency, Public Works Department Online Management and Accounting System, Mr. Abhishek Sharma, Chief Executive Officer, silver.
Thank you so much, SKOCH Group, for this award. And through this online management and accounting system, the PWD department has been able to completely automate entire processes, the entire bill submission, bill approvals, and even the treasury operations are integrated in an online system. In the last 4 months, we have had 986 transactions worth 215 crores. Now the CS has decided that this should be implemented in all works department, PTD, PHE, all departments. And so this has completely transformed the way the works departments are functioning in JNK. It's a totally transparent system. So I would like to thanks for this award. Thank you so much.
Chief Minister's Office, Government of Rajasthan, Jan Kalyan, Mr. Rajesh Saini, General Manager, Gold.
Like to explain?
Good morning, everyone. Jan Kalyan is a emerging tool for website development in Rajasthan. All the websites of departments, districts, integrated portals, schemes, individual beneficiary schemes, all these types of portals are generated automatically from the Jan Kalyan system. As of now, we have developed 140 websites and implemented across Rajasthan in all the 33 districts and various departments. Our target is there are more than 960 websites. We will convert all these websites and generate these websites from the Jan Kalyan backend. Thank you very much, sir.
So that's silo busting at its best, integrated governance.
The next goal also goes to the Department of Information Technology and Communication, Government of Rajasthan for Project E-Mitra. Mr. Rajesh Bhatia, Additional Director.
Tell us about the project. Sir, E-Mitra is the government delivery platform of Rajasthan. We have 85,000 kiosks all over Rajasthan in all the Gram Panchayats of the state, and we have 15,000 E-Mitra plus machines. So in India, there are 3 lakh delivery points like this, out of which 1 lakh are in Rajasthan, so 33%. And over 600 plus services are delivered to the citizens through these E-Mitra Kendras. So citizen does not need to come to the government office. So it goes to the E-Mitra for delivery of almost 600 services of the government. Thank you. Congratulations again.
In employment, the silver goes to Society for Employment Generation and Enterprise Development in Andhra Pradesh. Project Ujjwala Bhavitaku Upadhi. Ms. DMK Tulasi, PD DRDA Chittoor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for recognizing the Ujjwala Bhavati. It is running under the DDU GKY projects, where we are mostly concentrating on the rural youths, those who are dropouts from 18 to 35 years. Up to now, nearly we have given 7,200 jobs for rural youth in this academic year. And also through DDU GK, 1,700 students, they are taking residential, and we are also providing them. Mostly these are coming from the rural background where lack of studies and everything. This gives them further step for developing their activities. Thank you, sir. Thank you for recognizing the SKOCH, these things. Once again, I thank you, CEO, sir, and also to our secretary, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
In environment, gold goes to Forest and Climate Change Department, Government of Chhattisgarh. Soil and water conservation for rejuvenation of streams in Chhattisgarh. Ms. Satovishas Samajdar, DCF.
Thank you so much for the honor. When 4 years back, our CM gave Forest Department the duty of rejuvenating all the rivers which were dying, and the starting river was Kharun. Our project starts from identifying the river heads. In the month of May, even when the Narega workers finish their work by 6 a.m. in the morning, the forest officers in Chhattisgarh spend their whole afternoon searching for the L1 streams and the L2 streams and treating them so that we hold one infinity channel. After we recognize them on the field, we go to the Bhuvan app and find out the entire polygon so that the whole infinity channel is treated. Then we search with the CLERT map that how the base is, if there is a hard pan or there is not a hard pan, and do the soil treatment. Then we again go back to the soil for the testing. And before we start the work, we do the base level identification, and it is only after the work, the water level really seems to get recharged, the final execution or the completion certificate happens. I was fortunate that my APCCF Campa Srinivas Rao sir and the government of Chhattisgarh trusted me with the pilot project of Kharun, which rejuvenated one of the most important river of Chhattisgarh, Kharun, and we gave National Remote Sensing Agency to test its result, and it saw that there is, for the first time, a dead river got recharged with the fields increase in over 40%, and what was most, for the first time in any history of the work, climate change effect has been seen to reverse as remote sensing agency saw that from red we have come to blue. I am thankful to Srinivas Rao sir for trusting me, my government to trusting me, and here sits my ma'am, my Ministry of Women and Child Welfare. I am one of the officers who have the syndrome of the youngest kid in the house, the syndrome they have, and ma'am have protected me, the kind of protection a child like that needs. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Scotch, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I thought she was a school girl coming in. She's 2010 IAS. 2010, right? IFS. She says she's 40 years old. I am not even born yet then.
Next category, finance. The silver goes to Excise Department, Government of Odisha for e-Abkari. Mr. Biplab Pradhan, Additional Secretary.
Can you tell us about it?
Good morning to all. Thank you, SKOCH Group, Honorable Chairman and Honorable jury members and all the entire team for giving us the opportunity to be here and also recognizing us, Odisha government, particularly Excise Department, for e-Abkari project in the finance category. So because first time in Excise Department, which is basically related to liquor matters. So all these services are being dealt in physical manner. We did it in a totally contactless manner for last 2 years. And all the services we are giving to the consumers, users, not only in Odisha, but also outside. In the entire country, people can access us. Within a minute, they can get the services. And it has exceeded our financial growth nearly 30 to 40%. And we are also helpful to exceed it. And next thing, most important thing, that in a timely manner and real-time basis, we can monitor the illicit trade, and we can conduct raids, and particularly those where through this e-Abkari system online module, we can trace out the where the illicit trafficking, illicit liquor is going on. We can arrest it, as well as also we are generating revenue and giving services to the people. And we are hopeful, and we thank the SKOCH Group for giving us the opportunity. Thank you all. Thank you.
Congratulations. I was joking with him. I said Excise Department and Scotch. What a match.
The next silver goes to Department of Treasuries, Government of Karnataka for project Khajane 2. Ms. Uma Devi, Additional Director and Functional Head, Khajane 2.
Tell us about the project.
Thank you so much, Scotch, for the honor. Khajane is honored today. And Khajane 2 is the IFMS of Karnataka. It's more about bringing in controls in the financial transactions for a better fiscal discipline. It's also has brought in a great deal of uniformity in transactions. And I would I'm very proud to say that we have lapped up all the new technological things that are currently available, which can be incorporated in the financial transactions. We are now looking at incorporating the e-rupee as well. Khajane 2 has brought in a great deal of trust across all stakeholders that are involved in the financial transactions. And for them, Khajane is the vouch word now. Thank you, Scotch, so much again for the Scotch award.
Thank you, madam.
In the next category, governance, the silver goes to Punjab State Council for Science and Technology for sustainable livelihood generation through setting up of bioresource processing facility. Mr. Akhil Sharma, project scientist.
With his interventions, absolutely barren land in a place called Kadi, which is bordering in Himachal, has transformed. They are using biotechnology to do value-added products. Rest he can tell you. I was very excited about the project, so I thought, पहले मैं बताता हूँ.
So I would like to thank personally SKOCH Group for recognizing the efforts of Punjab State Council for Science and Technology. We represent the head Department of Science and Technology, Government of Punjab. PSCST, commonly known as Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, has been taking in S&T interventions at the grassroots level for promoting sustainable livelihood generation. So under this project, sir, with the support of Ministry of Science and Technology, Government of India, we created a bioresource processing facility way back in 2004 in a region called as Kandi area of Punjab, which is underdeveloped region. So it touches the lower Shivalik foothills comprising the adjacent areas of Himachal Pradesh. So this is not very productive because of some ecological constraints like lantana infestation and stray animal menace. So, but the area has fair richness in bioresources availability. So we capitalize and conceptualize on creating sustainable livelihood generation through valorization of local bioresources like amla, moringa, and thank you, sir.
Very excellent project.
In health, the silver goes to Drugs Control Department, Health and Family Welfare, Government of Karnataka. Ease of doing business and time-bound services to the beneficiaries and distribution of COVID-19 drugs and liquid medical oxygen. Mr. B.T. Khanapure, Drugs Controller.
You kindly tell us about your project.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, I thank to Scotch Award Parivarno. They are recognizing as a drug control department for this prestigious award, and we have taken care of under ease of doing business, giving 26 services, Sakala and Seva Sindhu. We have given within the stipulated time, sir, for granting the licenses, wholesale, retail, and export-oriented products for abroad, sir. And secondly, we have taken so much pain for that COVID-19 during that time. We have provided essential drugs, sir. For example, remdesivir and other drugs, and especially for amphotericin and medical oxygen, sir. So much lives are went now that time. We have taken care that we are providing the war room for 24/7 to provide the people of Karnataka at the right time for treatment of the COVID-19, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
In horticulture, the gold goes to Department of Horticulture, Government of Haryana's Crop Cluster Development Program. Ms. Sumita Mishra, Additional Chief Secretary.
I'm grateful to the SKOCH jury for our double goal today, and of course Aapko bhi and Sinha sir ko bhi. Haryana, the majority of our farmers are small and marginal, and yet at the same time we are aware that the proximity to Delhi, to NCR is something that we could leverage, and therefore promoting horticulture is one of the big priority areas that we are pursuing in Haryana. And the crop cluster development program is based on, first we did an agroclimatic mapping of the entire state. We identified 393 clusters where we can go mushrooms or quinoa or brinjal or tomatoes, the entire range. And then we took up formation of FPOs based on this cluster mapping. And in the last 1.5 years, we have pushed very rapidly to create a new generation of agripreneurs, to bring in infrastructure investment in the form of integrated pack houses for sorting, grading, processing of the produce. And in the last 1 year, we've also signed MOUs, that the final stage of the value chain, with about 50 agribusiness companies. And that has really had a transformative impact on the ground with the farmers, because that brings a tremendous value addition in terms of post-harvest management and agribusiness. But thank you for the recognition, and as always, I commend my team for the alacrity with which they have pushed the entire scheme. Yes, you can see the big team right here.
Silver in housing goes to Chhattisgarh Housing Board for low cost housing. Mr. Dharmesh Kumar Sahu, Commissioner.
Congratulations.
थैंक यू वेरी मच। छत्तीसगढ़ हाउसिंग बोर्ड लो कास्ट हाउसिंग के लिए बहुत अच्छा काम किया है। मोस्टली 70% हाउस जो है ऐसे लोगों के लिए बनाया है जिसमें जो वीकर सेक्शन के। थैंक यू फॉर अवार्डिंग अस। थैंक यू।
Congratulations.
Gold in housing goes to Rajasthan Housing Board for rejuvenation of Rajasthan Housing Board. Mr. Sandeep Garg, Additional Chief Engineer.
Thank you, SKOCH Group, for the honor given to our Rajasthan Housing Board. लास्ट ईयर भी राजस्थान हाउसिंग बोर्ड को इस प्रेस्टिजियस अवार्ड के लिए चुना गया था। ये लगातार दूसरा साल है और मैं अपनी तरफ से ये एश्योरेंस देता हूँ हम इससे भी ज़्यादा मेहनत करेंगे और अगले साल भी आपका ये अवार्ड जीतेंगे। ये प्रोजेक्ट जो है बहुत ज़्यादा पुरानी बात नहीं है, जबकि राजस्थान हाउसिंग बोर्ड वाज ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ क्लोजर। बिल्कुल डिसाइड हो गया था गवर्नमेंट लेवल पे कि ये बंद किया जा रहा है। उसके बाद उसको एकदम से रिजुमिनेट करके आज जवान बना के खड़ा कर दिया है। हम लोगों ने एक चैलेंज की जैसे इसको लिया। हमारी जो 22,000 हाउसेस की अनसोल्ड इन्वेंट्री थी उसको मोस्ट ट्रांसपेरेंट तरीके से डिस्पोज ऑफ किया और नए नए नवाचार किए। हमारे जो आदरणीय हाउसिंग कमिश्नर साहब हैं पवन अरोड़ा साहब, उनके लीडरशिप में नए नए नवाचार किए, नए नए प्रोजेक्ट्स लिए, उनको टाइमली और बहुत क्वालिटी के साथ पूरा किया। And presently, I am very proud to say that Rajasthan Housing Board is a brand in India. और आगे हम इससे भी ज़्यादा मेहनत करके और अवार्ड जीतेंगे। Thank you.
Come and buy a house.
In police and safety, silver goes to Paschim Medinipur District Police for Disaster Management. Mr. Raju Roshal, Sub Inspector.
Like to tell us about?
On the behalf of Sri Dinesh Kumar IPS, Superintendent of Police Paschim Medinipur, I would like to thank all SKOCH team for recognizing us. Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Silver goes to Uttarakhand Police for Operation Kamadhenu. Mr. P. Renuka Devi, Deputy Inspector General.
Thank you, SKOCH. And this Operation Kamdhenu initiative we have initiated on traffic management as a part of traffic management, mainly to reduce the menace of stray cattle and abandoned cows on the roads. This was the first initiative in Uttarakhand, and it was wholly appreciated by the public also, and it was very successful. And so I thank SKOCH for really appreciating this project, and this is my second SKOCH award for my 2 initiatives. So thank you so much.
In rural development, gold goes to Society for Elimination of Rural Poverty, Government of Andhra Pradesh for SHG linkage. Mr. A.M.D. Imtiaz, Chief Executive Officer.
Briefly, if you could tell us about the project.
Thank you, SKOCH. Most of the states call this department as SRLM. In AP, our organization is known as SCRP, Society for Elimination of Rural Poverty. So while implementing all the schemes of state and center in mitigating poverty, we have been our efforts have been to mainly socially and economically empower the women, which we have been doing successfully. Last year, we had provided nearly 30,000 crores as bank linkage. That access to credit for the women. This is the highest in the entire country, and with an amazing recovery rate of 99.51%. so with almost nil NPA. So that's a great achievement. I am also happy that my team where project directors of different districts are also taking many awards today. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Scott.
Congratulations.
The next gold also goes to the Society for Elimination of Rural Poverty, Government of Andhra Pradesh, for project Srinidhi, Mr. K.V. Nanacharya, Managing Director, Srinidhi.
Thank you for this honor, sir. Srinidhi is an unique product started by Government of Andhra Pradesh, and it is the child, and it is the entire thing. This is behind our Chief Minister's idea, sir. This is a self-sustained organization. We are giving the small tickets of loans to the SHG people, top-up loans. Our turnover is 3,400 crores. Nearly 10 lakh people, SHG members, who have given the loans with small tickets. Within 48 hours, we will give the loan. Moreover, under our CEO, sir, Mr. Ramtiaz, he is our mentor, how to do the project, how to give much more loans to the needy women. That we are doing in Andhra Pradesh, sir. Moreover, every month our CM, Sri Jagan Mohan Reddy, sir, will review our department because he is very keen interest in women empowerment. That is it. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations again.
In transport, silver goes to Transport Department, Government of NCT of Delhi for Faceless Initiative, Mr. Ajay Samal, District Transport Officer.
Thanks to SKOCH Group, and we are honored by giving this prestigious award for this faceless activity in Transport Department. Basically, Transport Department, as we all know, is public used to visit to our office for all the activities. Now, we have made all the activities into faceless so that public need not to come to our office for any type of driving license or registration certificate. This all happens under the dynamic leadership of our Principal Secretary and Commissioner Transport, Mr. Ashish Kundra. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Amarjit Sinha, for sparing so much of time for us.
In transport, the gold goes to Transport Department, Government of Jammu and Kashmir for reformation in Motor Department. Mr. Raj Muhammad Malik, Additional Secretary.
Kindly.
Good afternoon, everybody. In Jammu and Kashmir, under the overall leadership of our Honorable Lieutenant Governor and with the Chief Secretary, Dr. Arun Kumar Mehta, we have almost made all the services in the transport department digital. We have been given a mantra in administration in J&K that if a public service is not digital, it is not optimal. So transport sector being pivotal sector for the growth of the economy, we have made everything very easy. So under our leadership, under our Commissioner Secretary Transport Hardesh Kumar Singh Saab, who is now the Deputy Election Commission, the Election Commission of India, and now we have got the new young Secretary Prasanna Ramaswamy, and we hope that we will achieve the strides in the coming time. Where I would also like to thank the SKOCH Group for recognizing our services, which would definitely embolden our efforts in the Jammu and Kashmir as a whole. Thanks, Honors.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
In urban development, the silver goes to Nagpur Metropolitan Region Development Authority for musical fountain, light, sound and multimedia show at Futala Lake. Mr. Manoj Kumar Suryavanshi, Metropolitan Commissioner.
I am from Nagpur, Maharashtra. NMRDA is the developing authority which developed the metropolitan region, where the fountain floating on the water in Futala Lake was built by the NMRDA for increasing the tourism, for entertainment of peoples and revenue generation model. Once again, I thanks to SKOCH Group for this honorable award. Thank you.
Thank you.
In urban development, goes to Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority for MMRDA e-tendering portal. Mr. Anand Sanke, Deputy Engineer.
I would like to congratulate the whole MMRDA IT team who are working towards implementing the e-governance initiatives in MMRDA. And then I would like to also thank our Honorable Metropolitan Commissioner SVR Srinivas sir, our Chief in charge IT Cell Deshpande sir, and the whole SKOCH team who gave us the opportunity to showcase our project in this prestigious competition. So this is regarding e-tender portal. So it's a completely online e-bidding platform. It follows a patented secure bid process management, wherein the bidders who submits the bid, the data is stored in completely encrypted form. So it follows the SH1 algorithm. So it's a completely leak-proof portal. No one can tamper with. Till date, we have floated around 2,000. We have floated 2,000 tenders on this, costing more than 50,000 CR. Thank you, SKOCH team, for recognizing this.
Congratulations. He's also 30 years old. So many youngsters doing such brilliant work.
In water category, the silver goes to Watershed Development Department, Government of Karnataka. For promotion of FPOs in Karnataka, Dr. Venkatesh Mahadevpur, Commissioner.
Thank you, SKOCH team, for recognizing our department. and the budding entrepreneurs of the country, that is farmer producer organizations. Myself, I am Dr. Venkatesh, working as Commissioner for Watershed in Government of Karnataka. So FPO has given a good platform to empower the rural farming community through various processes and linkages. Here, farmers are collectivized, particularly the small and marginal farmers, into farmer interest groups. And this platform provides a great opportunity for the farmers to get access to institutional credit, the modern technology, good quality seeds, and market linkages. Many FPOs, they are into value addition, processing, and direct marketing. Many FPOs, they have started exporting their products to abroad. In fact, in Karnataka, so far we have formed about 1,100 FPOs. The annual turnover of these FPOs is today it is about 1,000 crores. So this has given a good platform to double the income of farmers. Thank you.
Congratulations again.
Water Resources Department, Government of Bihar, for project Ganga Jal Apurti Yojana, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Agarwal, Secretary, Silver.
गंगा जल आपूर्ति योजना बिहार सरकार की सबसे महत्वाकांक्षी योजना है। बिहार में, उत्तर बिहार में बाढ़ की समस्या रहती है। दक्षिण बिहार में अंधाधुंध शहरीकरण के कारण भूजल स्तर बहुत कम हो गया, वहाँ पानी की समस्या उत्पन्न हो गई। बिहार में सबसे महत्वपूर्ण 2 टाउन मेरा है, राजगीर, गया और बोधगया, जहाँ प्रत्येक वर्ष राष्ट्रीय अंतर्राष्ट्रीय पर्यटक आते हैं। पानी की समस्या के कारण उनको कठिनाई हो रही थी। इसको देखते हुए बाढ़ के पानी का उपयोग कर और 8 महीने के लिए जमा करते हैं और शेष 4 महीने सीधा देते हुए 12 महीना पानी देने के लिए इन टाउन में गंगा जल आपूर्ति योजना कार्यान्वित की गई है। आप कभी बिहार आएंगे, पानी की समस्या अब नहीं है। उस टाउन सब में पानी जा रहा है। इसमें बड़े बड़े 3 जलाशय बनाए गए हैं, जिसमें 12 महीने के लिए पानी हम लोग रख रहे हैं और जल शोधन संयंत्र से साफ करके प्रत्येक जगह सप्लाई दे रहे हैं। 151 किलोमीटर लंबी पाइपलाइन जो 2.4 मीटर डाया का है, उतने बड़े डाया का पाइपलाइन बिछाना बहुत कठिन काम था। 13 डिपार्टमेंट से एनओसी लेकर के भारत सरकार और सब लोगों के मेहनत से और माननीय मुख्यमंत्री द्वारा इसको बहुत ज़्यादा महत्व दिया गया। और हमारे अभी वर्तमान जो सचिव हैं संजय अग्रवाल सर, उन्होंने लगातार इसको करके रिकॉर्ड टाइम में 3 साल में बना के तैयार किया गया और 4475 करोड़ से यह योजना बनी है और तीनों टाउन में पानी सप्लाई चालू है।
जो प्यासे को पानी पिलाए, उससे ज़्यादा तो पुण्य का काम ही नहीं हो सकता।
I would like to add a few words more. This project was the vision of our Honorable Chief Minister, and now it was the vision that to convert flood water into drinking water. And I am happy to say that this mega, not only project but mega project is now functioning successfully. Thanks to SKOCH for this award.
बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
Now, in Women and Child Development category, I invite Delhi Commission for Protection of Child Rights, Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi, Early Warning System, Ms. Ranjana Prasad, Member, Silver.
Thank you so much, SKOCH, for such a prestigious award, where India comes first. In our DCPCR, children come first. Delhi Commission for Protection of Child Rights doing their best to protect child rights in Delhi. and now we will do best se bhi upar. Thank you so much.
I just want to take 2 minutes to talk about the project. The early warning system has been a remarkable achievement to curb dropout rates and protect the lives of 19 lakh children studying in Delhi government schools. In the past 9 months, close to 1 lakh children's lives have been protected from atrocities like child marriage, abuse, trafficking. These children are now safe, they are healthy, and they are back to school with more than 65% attendance. Since all the states, most of the states are over here, we would request that please replicate this model. We are more than happy to help to replicate the model and help you set it up in your states as well. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations again.
The next silver goes to Department of Integrated Child Development Services, Government of Rajasthan for Indira Gandhi Matritwa Poshan Yojana. Mr. Ram Avatar Meena, Director.
इंदिरा गांधी मातृत्व लाभ योजना राजस्थान सरकार द्वारा आदिवासी 5 जिलों में संचालित की जा रही है और अब राजस्थान सरकार द्वारा इस योजना को संपूर्ण राजस्थान में लागू किया गया है। मैं यहाँ बताना चाहूँगा कि ये एकमात्र ऐसी योजना है जिसमें एप्लीकेंट को एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म नहीं भरना पड़ता। ये 100% ऑनलाइन है। PCTS से हम उठाते हैं और जनाधार से उनके अकाउंट्स नंबर लेते हैं। 6,000 रुपये दूसरे प्रसव पर हम माताओं को DBT करते हैं, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट देते हैं। और अब पूरे राजस्थान के संपूर्ण जिलों में लगभग 3.5 लाख से 4,000 माताएं इससे लाभान्वित होंगी। मैं स्कॉच टीम को इस अवसर पर साधुवाद देता हूं कि आपने हमारे राजस्थान की माताओं को समर्पित ये अवार्ड दिया। इसके लिए आप साधुवाद के पात्र हैं और मैं ये अवार्ड को राजस्थान की उन लाखों माताओं को समर्पित करता हूं जो दूसरे प्रसव पर राजस्थान सरकार द्वारा इस फ्लैगशिप स्कीम से लाभान्वित होंगी। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
जय हिंद।
मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं श्रीमती अनिला भेदिया जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर विमेन एंड चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट छत्तीसगढ़ से आप आएँ। मैं टीम को मैं बाद में बुलाता हूँ, आप प्लीज आइए। मैं आमंत्रित करता हूं श्रीमती तेज कुंवर नेतम जी को, चेयरपर्सन हैं छत्तीसगढ़ स्टेट कमीशन फॉर प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ चाइल्ड राइट्स, और श्री प्रतीक खरे, सेक्रेटरी। सिल्वर अवार्ड फॉर प्रोजेक्ट मोर मयूरू गुरु जी।
आपसे तो सुनना ही पड़ेगा, कुछ जनप्रतिनिधि है तो अच्छे से सुनाएं।
आप इधर आए।
आप सबको मेरा नमस्कार। सबसे पहले मैं स्कॉच अवार्ड परिवार के संस्थापक समीर कोचर सर और उनके सभी जूरी मेंबर्स, सभी परिवार को मैं बहुत बहुत साधुवाद धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगी, जिन्होंने राज्य के गवर्नमेंट में अच्छे काम कर रहे हैं अधिकारी और उन विभाग को आपने बुलाकर यहाँ सम्मान और अवार्ड देते हैं। नहीं तो ये क्या, गवर्नमेंट में जितने काम करने वाले लोगों को, पब्लिक हो या मीडिया हो, सब टांग खींचने का काम करते हैं। ऐसे लोगों को आपने यहाँ सम्मान देकर उनकी हौसला अफजाई करते हैं और उन्हें एक अच्छा काम करने की जो प्रेरणा आपके माध्यम से मिलती है, इसके लिए पूरे आपके परिवार को मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। और जो हम लोगों को छत्तीसगढ़ में एक मयारू गुरुजी अवार्ड के लिए यहाँ सम्मानित कर रहे हैं, बाल संरक्षण आयोग के माध्यम से, इनका हिंदी शब्द है कि मेरे प्रिय शिक्षक। तो मोर मयारू गुरुजी ये बहुत अच्छा हमारे बाल संरक्षण आयोग के माध्यम से जितने अधिकारी हैं हर ब्लॉक स्तर पे ट्रेनिंग दे रहे हैं, और हम लोगों ने 2000 ऐसे शिक्षकों को ट्रेनिंग दे दिए हैं जिस तरह से हमारे 12 वर्ष के बच्चों को किसी न किसी का सानिध्य चाहिए, उनकी शारीरिक विकास और मानसिक विकास के लिए उनको उनकी शिक्षक की आवश्यकताएँ होती हैं। इसमें हम लोगों ने इस तरह की ट्रेनिंग देकर सभी गुरुजी लोगों को बहुत खेल के माध्यम से, चाहे हमारे बच्चे किस ओर जाना चाहते हैं, उनके मन में क्या विचार आ रही है, इसको पहले जानने के बाद हम लोगों ने उनको ट्रेनिंग दिया है, और आज इसका परिणाम हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ में बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है। और एक आपने हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ के फॉरेस्ट विभाग जो नरवा प्रोजेक्ट में अब हमारी डीएफओ मैडम को अभी अवार्ड दी, उसके लिए भी आपको धन्यवाद। नरवा मतलब छत्तीसगढ़ में नरवा बोलते हैं, और हिंदी में नाला। नाला रिसोर्स जो वाटर लेवल नीचे डाउन चला जा रहा है, पूरे देश की बात है, हमारी राज्य की बात नहीं है, उन्हें कैसे रिचार्ज करना है, उसके लिए आपने अवार्ड दिया। हमारे छत्तीसगढ़ के हाउसिंग बोर्ड के हमारे अधिकारीगण यहाँ आए हैं, उन्हें अवार्ड दिया गया है, उसके लिए आपको मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। और सारे आपके परिवार को ऐसी अवसर हम सबको मिलता रहे, ये भी उम्मीद करते हुए मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करती हूँ। जय हिंद, जय छत्तीसगढ़।
जय। Okay, so as you may have noticed, we have 10 minutes to go, and that's a very important part of the program, which is what we call the group photograph. So since a large number of people, the way this protocol goes is only one person per award. The person who received the award will join us on the stage for the picture. Half the people will stand on the ground level, half will stand on the stage, so that at 2 tiers everyone is visible. Standing is not as per seniority, it is random. Until I don't want all the photographers there, I want only Rajesh and Daya. Daya is there? दया, आप आगे आ जाइए और कुर्सी पे खड़े होके, जब तक आप इन्हीं को दो को देखना है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे फोटोग्राफर आ जाते हैं और फोटो खराब हो जाती है। आपको नहीं खींचनी है, पहले ये 2 लोगों को खींचने दो, दया और इनको, उसके बाद मैं आपको बुलाता हूँ। तो जब तक आप लोग आना शुरू कीजिए, अवार्ड लाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, एक मेन अवार्डी, मनीषा आप भी आ जाओ, गुरशरण आप आओ, दीपक आप आओ, सायन, रोहन।